I just coached a man who had zero experience with women. He had never gone up and made a cold approach. He has never been on a date. He has never been intimate with a woman. He came into my program not even able to say hi to another man, let alone going up to women. We took him from that and in 7 weeks got him to here.
First phone call, first date, first lay. Until I joined the program, I was, never been with anyone ever. I feel more confident overall, way higher than I was before.
And I want to share with you guys what exactly we did to get him this result. That way you can start to have a similar result in your own life. There were several hiccups that happened throughout this journey over the last 7 weeks. And at each point of this, I think most men would have fallen off or given up or let their negative self-talk, limiting beliefs prevent them from having the breakthroughs needed to get to those next levels. So I want to share with you guys exactly what we did, and we documented the whole process, and that way you can start to do this in your own life to start to have breakthroughs in your social confidence and your dating life. All right, and before we jump fully into this, guys, if you want to work with me directly, if you want more details around my clients or the coaching program, I put together an in-depth training. The link is in the description. You can click that. That is a value-packed video that I put together in that training. Link is in the description. Be sure to go check that out. Let's get into today's video. Now, when Jeremy came into the program, he was at complete zero. Right? Like I said earlier, he literally could not even give a compliment to a man. So the first thing we did was actually just start him at level 1. Like when it comes to building social confidence, I have 5 levels inside of a roadmap that we walk our clients through, right? Level 1 is literally just opening in passing. And the easiest way you could do this is just by giving out greetings in passing. Something like, hey, good morning, what's up, how's your day going? Have a great day, happy Friday.
Can I just say, I like your outfit. It's really nice. Take care, okay? Excuse me. Can I just say you look really cute?
Thank you.
Whatever it is, like very, very small step, because most men, if you were anything like Jeremy, if you go out in public and you want to go up and approach a woman, that is a crazy step. That is like unheard of, right? I'm 35, but when I was in my early 20s, there was no way in hell I was going to be able to do that. Now, everybody has a different level of their comfort zone when it comes to social interaction. Maybe you can't go up and make a direct approach right now, but you could maybe do an indirect approach or say something in passing or stop and ask for directions or just give out a greeting. Everybody's at a different level with this, and that's fine. We just need to meet you at your level, give you the accountability, the encouragement, and the push, and start to keep hitting that level consistently. Right? And over time, that level won't become that difficult anymore. The same way if you walk into the gym and you're starting to curl 5-pound dumbbells, even though it's really light and embarrassing, in a matter of a week, you could probably move up to 7.5s or even 10-pound dumbbells. And with repetition, you'll get up to 15-pound, 25-pound, 35-pound dumbbell, right? It just takes structure and that push through the uncomfortable part of the exercise, right? So that's exactly what we did with him. We booked out multiple infield calls where we had him out in the field and we just started to coach him in real time to push him through level 1. And within 1 to 2 sessions, we actually got him up to level 2. And within about 1 to 2 weeks, we actually got him up to level 3. So just to show you guys the actual progression that we went through, it started out with just greetings in passing. Now, during the first coaching session, we went from greetings to actually compliments, which is a small step and it's still in passing.
I like that shirt. Have a good day, okay?
But you want to start to think about this in your own life. Like, which of these steps are you actually comfortable with right now? And pick a level that you could stick to doing every single day. It doesn't take that much time. You could do this with anybody you see in your day-to-day, but I do want to emphasize that something that was really big for Jeremy was his commitment to do this every day.
Being consistent, doing it every fucking day, that's number 1. I mean, if you do it every single day, there's no chance you're not gonna get through the goal, to get to your goal. So the coaching calls, that got me to push out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And then once I did that, then I could go alone and just continue repping that out.
Now, because he was able to do at least a little bit on a daily basis, Every day there was momentum building. And when you stack on coaching calls on top of that, now he's being held accountable. Now he's actually being coached on the implementation, so he's a lot more likely to succeed as well. And to bring this back to the roadmap, once we got through level 1 rather quickly, the next step is just stopping somebody very briefly. So you still are not at a place where I recommend going up and displaying intent. All you want to do now is just get comfortable stopping people. Men and women, you want to get comfortable starting to stop people for 5 to 15 seconds just to show yourself it's okay to stop people. It's not creepy, it's not weird. I can do this step. Now, where most men go wrong in this process right now is they don't try to do level 1 or level 2 and commit to doing that consistently. All they think about is level 3, level 4, level 5. And when that's all you're thinking about and you're only looking for that one girl to do that on, and you don't have any momentum building and you're not doing this consistently, it's a huge step that you're doing very inconsistently, and it's very intimidating. And so most guys won't do it at all. They talk themselves out of it, and they simply make a justification in their brain, and then they give up on this, and then they just try to do online dating, which leads to subpar matches very inconsistently, or they wait till they're out and about and they're drunk and they do some kind of shit approach, which also doesn't go anywhere. This is an actual structure you could start doing in your day-to-day right now to build up this skill set. So that's exactly what we did with Jeremy. We then had him stopping people simply to just ask for directions. Because if you have a reason internally that why you need to stop somebody, now it becomes okay. Most men, maybe they can't go up and make a direct approach, but if I told you to go ask somebody if they know what time it is because your phone's dead, or if you ask them if they know where the nearest Starbucks is or Bank of America, like they will be able to do that because there's a reason behind it. So as you do that more and more, you're starting to actually get comfortable stopping people. And if you want to take it one step further than that, while still being in level 2, before you leave the interaction, you also want to give them a compliment. So now we're starting to get that next little baby step of, okay, I can stop people, I can have a little bit of a conversation with them. Some of these people even respond positively, which is a really big mindset shift for most men. They think that they can't do that with people or with women they're attracted to. So by doing level 1, level 2, you start to build a momentum and shift your perspective on how things can actually go when it comes to approaching people, okay? We were able to do level 1, level 2 with Jeremy within 1 week, right? It was on week 2 of his progression that we actually moved into level 3, which is where almost every man gives up on this thing, which is the idea of displaying intent. Going up to a woman, stopping her briefly at first, and actually letting her know, hey, I just saw you walking by, and I thought you looked really cute today, right? Just saying that might be a crazy thing for most men, and it was for me. I was at an extremely low level with this, but that is a very intimidating thing for most men. And you could start to see why, if you don't have level 1, level 2, and accountability and coaching and help with that implementation up till that point, you could see why you're not really getting the success that you want, right? So as I'm saying this, guys, like if you feel like you can't do this alone, or you want that extra coaching or that push, click the link down below for an opportunity to work with me directly. Like, we're actually coaching guys through this process, and I can accelerate your progression really, really quickly, right? Week 2, we're on level 3 with Jeremy, and at this point, he was still afraid to have a longer interaction. Like, just displaying intent was kind of a big deal for him. And so really what we did was, I told him, hey, let's just display intent and actually eject out of the interaction. Like, literally just tell the woman, hey, I actually have to get going, but I just wanted to say, I thought you looked really cute today. Have a great day, and leave. By giving him that time constraint that you don't even need to carry conversation, it was a small incremental step to go from level 2 to level 3 for him to now go out and do that, right? And while he was on coaching calls with us, we actually pushed him through that process. And if this sounds like a lot, as I'm saying this, guys, we're talking about literally 1 week of him going out for 30-minute increments a couple times a week while on coaching calls, and doing a little bit in his normal day-to-day, like while he was at the grocery store and at the gym and his commute to work. Like, that's all, right? I know you have that much time, and this is a very quick progression, actually. So by the end of week 2, we're at a point now where he's actually displaying intent, and this is where things start to get fun, because the next couple steps, if we were to go back to the roadmap, going from level 3 into level 4, now we're opening with intent. We're starting to have 30-second interaction to 1 to 2 minute interaction to 3+ minute interactions. And now we're at that phase where you can actually have a conversation that's flirty that could actually lead to a phone number. Now, most men think you need to have like perfect game. You need to have this crazy, super smooth interaction where you say all these different techniques and tactics that just like sweeps the woman off of her feet. That's actually not the case, right? Game is not gonna be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. And that's good news. And that's actually what we saw with Jeremy.
I feel more confident overall. Not the peak, but still way higher than I was before. Yeah, I haven't been able to still like hit the top of approaching yet. I'm still working on it, but I'm getting so much better. I can at least approach pretty much anyone I want.
And so as you guys can see, he's not even at level 5. Like, he has not mastered the process, but he is at a point where he's actually getting conversations going that are flirty, and a couple of those went to phone numbers that went to dates, even with it not being perfect. Right? So that is good news, because once we can get you through level 3 going into level 4, now we're at a place where we can confidently open, we can display intent, and we can carry a little bit of a conversation. And some of those women will actually be into you because of your vibe, because of your confidence, because of the way you approach, because of the way you look, because of all of these different things. Some of these women will actually be into you. And so literally within a couple of weeks of being in the program, we got him going on dates from cold approach. Keep in mind, this is a man that 7 weeks ago, he could not even say hi to a man. We're not talking about a woman. He could not even say hi to a man. To take him from that to actually going on dates from cold approach is crazy. Now, also keep in mind, the next problem that came up was that he actually had never been on a date before, so he got phone numbers. He messaged me saying, hey, how do I run a phone call? Like, he had never had a phone call, he had never been on a date, he had never been intimate with a woman. And so the next thing I actually showed him was, hey, this is the structure to actually run a phone call. And I have entire modules inside of my program breaking down conversation, breaking down phone calls, breaking down date structure. And so I just referred him to the phone call module, and I'll even show you guys, like, this is the conversation that we had. But I just told him, hey, look, we're just gonna keep this short and sweet. You already got a phone number. And most men make the mistake that when you finally get a woman on the phone, you just talk her ear off for 30 or 60 minutes or even longer than that. And by the time you guys are done with the phone call, she's not even attracted to you anymore, because you just had this friendly, boring conversation where you got to know each other, but there was no emotion created. And now she's like, honestly, I'm not really like feeling it like that, right? And so instead what I told him was, hey, let's keep this phone call very, very short, 5-8 minutes max. Inject a little bit of teasing here, inject a little bit of flirtatiousness here, and let's just move this towards a date, right? That was the structure, that was the game plan. He saw how it was done inside the module. He then went and executed on that, and surprise, surprise, he went on his first date ever, right? We also discussed the importance of flirting on the date, having multiple locations, moving the woman around, keeping things flirty throughout the entire date. And honestly, even though I wasn't expecting this, he actually messaged us later on, and he ended up closing on his very first date ever. So literally in the span of just a couple of weeks inside of the program, not only could he not even approach, but he had his first phone call, had his first date, had his first time ever with a woman, lost his V card. Like, incredible experience.
First phone call, first date, first lay.
And just from going through that whole process, as you can imagine, he was getting a lot more excited, his confidence was rising, and that allowed him to then get to a point where he was even going up and approaching groups of women. I think one of the biggest highlights that he had was he actually went up to a group of 2 women simultaneously and was able to approach that girl and even get a contact that led to a date that way. Right? And a misconception I think men have around groups is that you got to do this crazy different thing, when in reality, if it's just 2 women, you could still, for the most part, go up and approach the girl that you're attracted to, display intent, acknowledge the friend rather quickly, and then carry a conversation with both of them, and you can still go for a phone number to try to set up a date. And that was exactly what he did.
I approached 2 girls and I got 1 number.
If we were to include second date and like third date and stuff, like how many total dates have you been on since the beginning?
8 total, maybe.
8 dates in 7 weeks? That's really good, man.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I mean, considering you didn't have anything going on before the program. So all in all, in the literally 7 weeks, he managed to go on 8 dates total. And not only that, literally at the time of the call even, one of the women was actually in his bedroom. Like literally, I'm on the call with him talking about everything that was happening, and he's just going crazy. He's like, yeah, actually, literally the girl's in my apartment right now.
You have a woman at your house right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think one of the biggest takeaways for a lot of you men out there is that he is by no means a master at this stuff. Like, I'll admit, he is not a master. He's not even close to being an expert by any means. And he knows that, I know that, and that is okay, because it doesn't need to be perfect. You simply just need to get through the first 3 to 4 levels of what we teach to get to a place where you can open, keep it flirty, and carry a conversation. And that is good enough a lot of the times to get a phone number. So if you're watching this and you're already getting into conversations, as long as you can make it a little bit flirty, just go for a phone number by the end of it, man. Just pull the trigger and go for the close. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work out, but at least you'll get more confidence and get the experience injecting more flirtatiousness and starting to go for phone numbers. And what you will find out of doing that enough times is it doesn't need to be perfect, but you can still land dates just from doing that simple structure.
Yeah, there's so much value in this entire sort of program. You can't regret it. It's insane.
It doesn't need to be perfect, and regardless what level you're at, you just need to start somewhere and develop some sort of consistency towards taking action. Now, if you're not approaching at all, and you're not going on dates, or you're not dating the quality of women you want, or maybe you just want to learn more about the roadmap and the structure that I was talking about in this video, click the link down below. I put together a full in-depth training. I talk all about my transformation. I show you more about the clients that have had success, and I break down all the details of this roadmap and my coaching structure. The link is in the description. Stop watching YouTube videos, guys. You've watched enough content at this point. What you really need is structure and coaching if you want to make a transformation. The link is down below. Click that link right now. You can apply to work with me directly on that page. That's all for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.